So speaking of being late to the party, what we're looking at this morning is USEA, and boy, what a pop! Man, I think that Chris might have been on that quite early. Man, Chris, did you get that from the fours? Man. I think you did, because I think you mentioned something about doubling. Okay, that's pretty rare. Good job, man. Just goes to show waking up that early can pay off. You just reminded me of in Dumb and Dumber. You know, it's true what they say. Senior citizens, although old and whatever, can serve a purpose. You had 400 shares, nice, and sold it because your toss fucked you up. Oh, damn. You basically sold before you got to 8, is what you're saying. All right. You made $50, son of a. All right, so this morning we're looking at the market up a smidge. Let me double check if that's broad. It is on the S&P 500. It is on the industrials, and it is on the Qs. And sector-wise, check it's on staples. Yes, it's up on staples as well. And discretionary, yes. Okay, so we have excellent signs today at the before the open that the entire market broadly has inched up from yesterday's close. Not above yesterday's high, that's all right, but it is up, and that does just about put it at trend line resistance breakout level. However, it is right up really close against another pivot level that's going to be coming up in about $5. Could happen today. Could get tested today. But resistance levels are a lot more like when you take two magnets. I like to describe it as like gravity. You take two magnets and you put them towards each other. There is resistance not just at that level. It's like a bell curve of diffusion around that level, and typically it can also be similar to the average true range width. The width of the resistance level can be the width of the average true range. So it can be really wide, but most intense in the middle. So in any way, it can repel at any point in there. It's really hard to exact or specific about it. So from here, the whole 280, 290 level where it's at just about right now, all the way to 296, which is what we'd like to see it break out, or 297. In flux, the whole level, because it's all within an ATR, an average range, roughly. So maybe we get to 293. Start to see. So today might be a little bit more of a difficult trading day than Tuesday, which was grind up all day, and Wednesday, which ended positively and did somewhat all right. Today maybe met with resistance, and one thing that I would like to really be looking for is if we push higher, but then come back down and turn red on the day. That's not something I would like to see right here at this point after a 2 or 3 day rally going on here, coming into a resistance area. That could spell the end of this. Really don't want to see that, because a lot could come out of us making some progress today or tomorrow. And if we don't, I'm afraid it could be dire consequences. So today's a little bit pivotal in that sense, a little bit pivotal. So let's see what happens. I'm encouraged. We'll see where it goes from there. All right. Now outside of that, well, the VIX, by the way, is at 26.5. Very good. It's cooling off. The VIX is cooling off. Let's take a look at the VIX on the chart. I want to show you how it has this ping pong range it's been in, going back and forth. If you can see that on my chart, you can see that we're now about 75% down on that range. So things are really cooling off and easing on the markets. The tensions on the markets are easing, if you will. 26 is still really high as far as the VIX goes. I think it's probably inflation that's causing all this fear. We really need to get below 25. We had a significant decrease level. And then, of course, if we can get below 20, I mean, gotten back to an era of calm, which I don't think we're going to see for a while. And we got elections coming up. I mean, this could be just more turmoil for those ping pong trades. You might want to hold them until, if you've got the ability to hold them until next year, right thing to do. Or you can scale out as we get into the low, like 24. All right, that's about VIX now. Oil, I can see is popping right now more to 102.5. So we've moved $3 off of from 99.5 pre-market, but still, in my opinion, we're bearish. It's fairly strong. This move is down really fast, very strong, and the moves up weak, and the volume to match. And so indications are that oil's in a downtrend. And but it could be in a sideways trend, but certainly it's not an uptrend anymore. But it could be in a downtrend, and that's a really good sign for inflation because oil is one of the prime reflectors of inflation and inflation in the economic environment. So that's a really good sign that inflation could have topped. And if we can just take care of our GDP and get that employment up, which employment numbers come tomorrow, could potentially be out of the gate here. And that bottom I called 2 weeks ago could be real. So very interesting market point today and tomorrow and right now in general. We've got 4.5 minutes until the market opens. And hopefully you got a chance to listen to all that. Rates are at 2.9. They went up yesterday. They're at 2.94%, the 10-year. So still hanging around down there in the rated spot, which is okay, except that it is causing some yield entanglement instead of inversion. Okay, now with 4 minutes left until the market opens, on the momentum stocks, on the momentum moving penny stocks and the likes, we're seeing USEA with some strong movement yesterday. I believe it was an IPO settled in around $3 this morning in pre-market. It hit $8, almost $9. So almost up 300% from that point. As a matter of fact, I think it was up over 300% at that point at 880. Now it's at 780, and it's been failing. But on the open market, let's see what happens. Hard to say what will happen, but a lot of money's going into it. A lot of hopes are going into it. VWAP is sitting at about 7.2 right now. So if it can stay above VWAP, it's a positive trade. Everyone's making money in general, and so that causes the stock to hold and continue to be along. If it breaks VWAP, 7.2, 7, that whole region, 7. If it breaks 7, USEA, that's not going to be good for the trade. If you're holding anything, as always, give the stock 5 minutes, whatever it is, at the open for you to determine any kind of a directional decision that you need to be making. If not, 10 minutes. So just in general. Again, this program is for educational purposes, not actual financial advice. I don't know anything about you. I don't know your accounts. I don't know your financial life. There's absolutely no way you could have hired me to financially advise you professionally. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So you're making your own decisions on your own with your own money if that's what something you're doing. And this program is just for educational purposes. Disclaimer. Nothing about you. Don't come running. Thank you for the donut. Whoever sent that, thank you. Send me a virtual TikTok donut. Randy says, that's right, SEC. It's just education. It's making real money here. Oh, yes, we are. And it does take time, though. Everyone out there, no disillusionment aside, give yourself a year. Seriously. Paper trading, simulated trading before you expect to make real money. In the meantime, my personal educational advice on that front is save money, stockpile your cash, simulate trade, lose fake money while you're building a stack of cash and then proving yourself in a simulator as a winner, profitable for 20 trades in a row, 20 trade period. Then maybe you can consider starting small. And starting with me, perhaps. Come join our group. Link is in the bio. I also have, obviously, video lessons and all that, private lessons and everything I can. I'm here to help. All right, we got 42 seconds until the market opens. I'm watching USEA very closely, although I don't have high hopes because it is now really forming a downward-facing wedge, flat bottom wedge. Oil hitting 103, $103 a barrel. I think I posted a drip as a inverse oil play the other day. I got out of that in pre-market a while ago. I just don't want to mess around. Bend your line. If the trade's not going your direction, you can always get back in later when it is. All right, here we go. The market is open. And USEA is getting bought up. Okay, USEA is getting bought up. About 40 cents of movement there to about $8 where it found resistance at $8. So again, the conviction and direction on some of these things can sometimes you might want 5 minutes for. Momentum mover like this, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes at least. Getting in right at the open is never good idea. Crapshoot. The roll of the dice. And right off the open, S&P 500 moving up. The industrials not as much. Growth moving up. Growth moving up the most. So there could be some rotation going on. Yes, I am seeing that now. Consumer staples pulling back. Meanwhile, financials moving up though. Financials having a good day. Gathered to say financials are the strongest this morning. Strongest move off the open from financials. But growth definitely happening. Industrials not so much. And defensives, people are pulling their money out of the defensives ATM machine. Some of you who are new, defensives being like Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble. Healthcare can be a defensive. Johnson. Utilities can be defensives. Consumer staples, things that people buy and use and need on a daily basis. Cereal. So those not moving up today. Why? Because you're taking your money out of those and putting them into growth stocks. Those companies which are aggressively, which are newer, innovative, and are aggressively growing metrics. FFIE moving up, says Rebecca. FFIE. I did see that on the low end of our radar. Let me see here. Up 12%. Not really enough to make a big move. Okay, but it is moving towards the pre-market high of 550, resistance level of 550. If it breaks 550, it's maybe a trade. Would have been a good entry right there at 525. I don't know if you got that, Rebecca, but that 525 entry looks really tasty. Little cheat flat top wedge inside there. If you're not in BABA, I'm about to signal that for a swing trade, swing 100. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes to make sure. Good job, Rebecca. Thank you. Typing up this BABA alert. And now waiting a minute and 20 seconds on it. There it goes. It's moving. You can grab it before me. Risk should be to about 118. Yes. So to $4 of risk. BABA showing good signs. Right. And seconds till the 5-minute period is over here. But it sure is running away. So I'm going to just go ahead and alert that now. And you guys are going to have to manage your risk on that. BABA. All right. LI, lithium. Li Auto. Looking at that here. I'd like to see it break. I'm going to set it. But Li could be a trade coming in, a swing 100 trade coming up right now. LI. If it could break 40.15, that'd be the confirmation I'm looking for. And then I'd set my stop to back into the nest at, well, I'd get out around 39, but you should set your stop to about 37. So $3 of risk. LI. If it happens. I'm just writing my order right now. Not happening yet. Stop trying to. If it breaks 39.97, I'm gonna go ahead and. 997. If you don't know how to use the 1% rule to calculate your risk, find that in my video lessons. That is very, very extremely important. How do you know how many shares to buy when you're trading? I mean, beginning trader, you probably think you difference that you just allocate, but no, there's mathematical methodology to it all to keep you out of trouble and to preserve your account. And that's the 1% rule, and I have over an hour's worth of multiple lessons on that. Market Mastery. Anybody's interested in the Market Mastery, you can either go to that channel in our trading group. It's called Market Mastery, or you can send me a private message and I'll help Yeah, the market is running here, growth, and the S&P 500 is running here at the open. Very nice. The LI trade, by the way, not happening yet. I really need to see it break 39.97. Get it ready. That's swing 100. Now, day trading momentum. We've got ALNA kind of activating a little bit right now. I'd like to see it break 28 cents. ALNA, ALNA. And you said Moderna is breaking out? What is of interesting, though, is these little ants, these little dots that are on top of each bar here, which is showing that many days of on balance volume purchasing in a row. Very encouraging sign. So you might be onto something there, Mr. M. Technically, it is a bottom reversal. Technically, it is. Days. Probably, Carl. I'll take a look at it in 1 second. 164. 5% out of the gate. So, Mr. M, that could be good. Might be out of the gate a bitch. A bitch? It might be out of the gate a bitch. A little bitch. No, it's a little bit out of the gate already. Freudian bitch. So I would set your stop pretty wide. Probably, wow, really wide. In fact, I don't even think you can take this trade really right now. It turned out to be a bitch of a stop loss on this if you take it. 70%. Yeah, no, we can't take that here. But keep on watching it, Mr. M. See if it comes back down a bit at some point, and then let me know, because then we'll get a little cheat entry. All right, please keep that on watch for me. It's very interesting. Potential bottom reversal forming with a lot of potential institutional purchasing going on. FFIE not holding up too well. It did break that pre-market high, but it might be a little while before it continues. Might not be worth the risk. Now back to Lee. Oh, where's that at? Let's not let that get away from us. Okay, it's trying. It's really close. In the meantime, Baba is doing okay. Yeah, Baba's up almost 1% on that swing 100 all out there. BABA. Come on, you can do it. At this point, it needs to break 39.85 Lee, LI. And then I need to see it break 39.97. And then I will enter the trade. Everything else I have on alert. And nothing has come up, so exactly what I expect out of the market. A worrisome sign, like I said before, is if we now retrace all this, because this is a strong open, okay? You don't retrace that 100%. If this open gets retraced 100% and we go red on the day, then it's like exactly what I was worried about. I would exit all growth trades that correlate to growth. Energy should be okay, but not going to want to see the Qs turn red on the day. That's going to be the top. Progress. End of progress for mankind. Halted. Okay, let me take a look at that. I think that was like a Carl Sagan Channeling Carl Sagan. Billions. Billions and billions. 4.36 to almost 520 and halted on Grove, Grov. Pretty heavy movement there at the open. I don't know why, but my halt scanner is totally not working now. So might be something to do with Bass Trader. So Rebecca, we're really reliant, and Cameron, we're really reliant on you guys to let us know if anything's halted. It can be a very good sign. LI, where are we at on LI? Can't make it, still can't break it, and this is why it's so important. Patience. Can't follow through, then it's going to pull back tomorrow. Our entry is badly timed. Timing is so important. And contrary to popular belief, can completely time your entry. You might be wrong, but you can get good at timing your entries. I have to wait for 40.25 on Li Auto. All right, so I'm going to switch over. Okay, happy day. I know how to pick them. Towards the end of the market, I was stuck at the auto dealership there. Towards the end of the market, I alerted some things from the auto dealership's lobby. Did anybody get any of those, and how are they doing? Be careful, watch your penny stocks trades today. Wished I got into those. I wasn't able to. Some of them looked really good. Looks like Seal, SEEL, TTNP, Gene. I really like the way that looked, and Humble. And I just, what's the word? I am gushing over Humble. All right. No, let's take a look at that. Humble Inc. Okay. So today, from yesterday's close at 8.2, it's now at 9 cents. Grove has started trading, you guys. Woo! We hit 5.75 after opening at around 5.4. A lot of momentum on Grove. GROV, and it's probably halting again. Checking. No, it's free to trade. Next halt level would be at 620, so it's got some room here. Nice. Mike says he's in Seal and TNP. So let me check on those for you here. Okay. Seal's pulling back slightly after opening higher. Defend your line. Okay. Watch out. Around with losing money. TTNP opened low, so that's not great. But it's moving up. So let's see where it goes. But if it turns red on the day, it goes below its open, you should probably cut it. Half it. Grove pushing up now to 5.95, 98, 99, 5.99, 6. No resistance at 6. Blasted right through it. 616, 620. I see that the next halt's going to be at 626. I think nearly most definitely going to hit that. Now 636. Good heavy movement. There it is, 636 halt level being smashed up against right now. 636. If it continues to pound against it, it will halt. Nope. We pulled back to 630. A little bit of relief. A halt level. System here with even more detail. Okay, make sure you're pulling profits out underneath every 25-cent level on stocks that are between $5 and $10 like this, momentum stocks. Make sure you're taking out anything between 1% and 25% underneath every 25-cent level. The way this is going so vertically, I would stick to a low number, 1 to 5% increment exits. It did just pop to 649. No coincidence that that's just right below 650. And hopefully you got that. RJ got it, I'm sure. It's a reflex at this point. Underneath every 25-cent level. Probably had it set to 647. 9. I don't know. Could have been 9. He knows when to get greedy in a way that's not smart. So I'm actually guessing he put 649. RJ's mind, but maybe it was 647. I'll tell you what, it's not 648. I don't know why that is, but it's just superstition, trader superstition. Odd numbers. That's how we wiggle through the cracks or something. So anyway, TTMP and the other one Seal, and then Humble, and then I want to check Gene. Oh, Gene not looking good. So yeah, if anybody got into Gene, you got to exit that. I don't think that looks promising at all on the penny stock trade from yesterday. Meanwhile, the QQQ is acting very strong. It's a great sign. Not entirely broad-based. We're seeing utilities and staples and healthcare, all defensives, pulling back a little bit. So this is a little bit more rotational move than it is a rising tide, than it is like a rising sentiment. Like it's not a whole sentiment. It's not a full global or economic sentiment. Growth environment, sensitive move. So it also means be on your toes because smaller sentiment like that can easily be squashed by a large sentiment. So watch your if you're in any growth stocks that have been alerted, watch that. Watch them. LI, anybody? Did it get to 40.25 yet? Ooh, there it was, right when I moved to it. All right. Sending that order out now. Ooh, wrong account. LI entry is happening now. Well confirmed, although not a sure thing, you guys. So there you go. Firing that off. That's a swing 100 trade. That is LI. LI Auto. You know, I don't know a ton about them. I believe they're a Chinese EV maker. But I can look at their fundamentals here. Right here. They do have excellent, almost geometrically increasing revenue. It's like phenomenal revenue growth, looks like. USEA knife. Let's see. Well, all right. From there, yeah. Ouch. It looks like Grove is topping, failing to retest and topping, and neckline breaking down. Grove trade is essentially over. I would almost call the neckline breakdown already happened at 613. Very dangerous to be in right here on Grove. Potentially de-risk, but we are above VWAP, so it just depends on where you're at in your position. Everybody's trading this differently. Factors to consider there. But I really like that LI trade for Swing 100, and I really like the BABA trade, which is now up over 1%. They alerted Apple yesterday. That might have been a call out. But to get Apple yesterday, I did take a position in Apple yesterday because of that relative strength. Remember that? And it is working out. That one's good. 7%. All right, Grove coming up strong. Some good strong candleage on Grove. If it can break 650, that'd be a confirmation for an entry. You're risking it if you're in here, and you absolutely would need to be cutting your risk with a breakdown under 5.8. from here. It's about 40 cents of risk from this point. At least 80 cents of reward. Talking $7. That doesn't seem feasible, the probability of it. And don't do it. In my opinion, it looks a little bit iffy. You never know. But it could be a little bit iffy because this is right now acting like a failed retest. If this candle on the 1 minute chart or 2 minute chart comes below $8, that will be the beginning of a failed retest. The neckline breakdown will have happened, but the failed retest will have been. Has to break down below $8 on Grove to confirm failed retest. I believe it's going to happen. Sorry, $6, you guys. I was misreading that. But in front of everything else. You guys probably thought I was looking at USEA. He's looking at USEA, I think, and he's calling that Grove. No, I was looking at Grove. I just misread it. There it goes, the breakdown at 8, and that turned out to be the significant level. That's how that works. It's just trading theory right there. Because that confirms a retest failure, and enough people know it on a micro level that it created the momentum for the breakdown shift. That pushed it right into VWAP where it found some support, but it's a failed retest. And it did have a little smidge of a neckline breakdown, so that could follow through. These orders take 20 seconds or 30 seconds sometimes to start to get out there. Roiling. Right, I'm looking that one up. Very vocabulary heavy day. To make disturbing, turbid, irritate. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Wow, it's fucking perfect. So the Qs are at getting close to 293 now, and I think they're pretty much being led by Apple. Apple having a very good day. That relative strength really kicking off today. And leading the market. If you don't have Apple already, now might be too late, but I'm hoping that some of you got Apple yesterday on my call out, and perhaps this morning here as it's breaking this pivot of 143.60. Now at 145.30. My entry was 142.60. Near the close yesterday. And basically is predicated, it was a pre-entry predicated on that today looked like, yesterday looked like today could really set up to work out. Well, I was prepared to also cut the trade because if it didn't, then today would be really bad. So two very strong directions, and you could see that yesterday. You have to think, you have to think ahead. I'm thinking way ahead here because I'm not really. See, today being a good day allows for the possibility of an incredible day tomorrow, and I knew that yesterday. Actually the day before. So, if you can think ahead on like, what does it mean? What are these patterns? Where break? Where's this going? And also, I'm also thinking further ahead on that because that would mean that we're then in a confirmed bottom reversal next week. Tuesday, thinking about next week, setting up for that, So when you're looking at all these setups, like that just becomes natural to think ahead because you understand that things set up. You kind of understand. You understand like when a leaf comes out of the ground, out of the dirt, that it could become a branch with more leaves and it can grow from there. And so you understand that a setup is a leaf that comes out of the ground, and you've seen it so many times, and you know what you want it to be. And when it doesn't form, it's not working out. It doesn't work out. That's fine. So you don't get into it. It starts forming. You have a pre-view visualization of that to happen. And we have that happening right now on the market. Bowling balls are being knocked over. Bowling pins are being knocked over. Being quite right. And wouldn't you say at this point, if the day went red today, at this point, with all this rally that we're having here at the open, it would be dire. I mean, to go red at this point, all the way back to the open and go red, dire. Absolutely cut any growth positions you have if that happens today. That's what I'm really on watch for. I'd also look at it from that sort of path of victory pivot point perspective. If we have any of those kinds of breakdowns, I'd also be personally on the defense, very high defense at that point. Likely de-risk my position. Chip away at another penny stock position I'm in. Fucking thinkorswim. You really got to nail the keys when you're typing in your. We're also still in HRMY, and it's progressing since yesterday's close. It's progressing as a trade. We're able to hold it because it's profitable. Remember that concept we talked about a month ago or 2 months ago? Only hold profitable positions. Only hold when a position is profitable is another way to put that. Never hold a negative position. That implies that you have to have excellent timing, and your timing has to be right. Timing. And it can be done. What did you get at $1.41? $1.41. What you're talking about at $1.41, but it might have been penny stock alerts, I guess. Apple. Oh, at 141. Okay. Oh wow, very good. You did really good. Was that on an alert, or you were also seeing stuff and decided to go in? Oh, it's probably during when I called it out. Yeah. So I hesitated. Yeah. So I hesitated, and you got $1.60 better than me. What did you get it at exactly? 141 what? He's checking. But good job, Carl. Excellent. You gotta feel good about that. In this market, this tumultuous market, I would definitely take some profit at 5% gains if you reach the time you start to see it, sketchy, and you're around 5% gains. Don't give back 5% gains in this market. Look at that. Just as I speak, the Q's having a pretty strong pullback there. This is what I'm talking about, motherfuckers. This could happen. It topping, it's violently topping and breaking down. He split on 722, 4-1. Just now seen that. That's crazy. They have to split, reverse split probably, to bring down the. Okay, good. Apple's found a little bit of a bottom here. Nice little rally forming on Apple. Grove has completely failed out, guys. Neckline breakdown, VWAP breakdown, retest breakdown. I could send it into an ABCD pattern, so I keep an eye on it. An hour to 2 hours or longer. Set up and gain some maturity in the trade. All right, guys, let's continue in the group. I think we've got this market under control here. What to watch out for. And again, if I don't see it in the group class tonight for members, member class tonight. Carl, you got it at 142.97. All right, I beat you to it. I got 142.59. Yeah, see you at class tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, everybody. Take care. Bet you guys. Let's hope we don't flip right on the day. Yeah, definitely. That would be just ridiculous, redonkulous levels of ridiculous, because this was a huge rally, and it would definitely go to show you, get the F out. Yeah. Watching that. Be watching everything if you can. Watch all sectors. Yeah. Be watching everything. I'm Batman. All right. Oh,